need cable. Hop on YouTube, welcome to the hood table, where we chop up local and global events vocally. You don't really wanna miss out on these conversations. Just joke a little, laugh a little, get that wine in your system, fill your glass a little, expose current events, talk trash a little. You never know, these opinions might clash a little. They addicted to the content, got them binge watching. You don't like it, then you want invited. Bet your friends watching in the house and in your job parking lot before you clocking. They don't wanna miss a second of this HT content. Everybody think they got something to say, so it's an open invitation, bring it to the table. But if you come whack, just know we ain't buying in. We gon' probably turn your back and tell you sorry, try again, Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable.
Good evening, hoodies. What's up? How's everybody doing? Happy Tuesday evening. I hope everybody is doing well and everybody is up on Ruthless. That goes to my Facebook friends, my Tyler Perry Ruthless BET show fan group. I hope you guys are all caught up too, because I did post a live in there. But we are going to be reviewing Ruthless season 4, episodes 15 and 16. And 15 was called Do or Die. 15 was Do or Die, and 16 was called Planet Action. And I'm a little behind, obviously, since we're reviewing 2 shows. I've been doing other commentary on things that's been going on in the B sector and other things, and then also trying to get caught up on that who the hell or what the F did I marry, or who the F did I marry TikTok series. So I did post on my community wall that I will be doing a recap. I'm going to just do an upload, because I am not going to do a live review of that, because it's a lot. And that girl be all over the place, like all over the place. And I'm like, does she got all this written down, or is she just going off the top of her dome? And then also, does it look like she's doing some imaginary driving? Like, she cannot be driving that much and talking that much on Atlanta highways and byways with all that traffic down there. So I got to looking really good at the videos, and I'm like, she must got one of those imaginary things or something background on her, I don't know, computer or whatever, that makes it look like she is driving. Because one instant she was driving, and I swear this building seemed like it was 55 blocks long. Like, I was like, there's no way that this lady on What the F or Who the F Did I Marry is really driving in that car while she's talking about, the guy that she married. But anyway, I will be uploading a recap of that parts 1 through 13. I'll probably do that tonight, maybe, or in the morning, and post it for you guys. But anyway, so let's get back to this review on Ruthless. Now, I'm going to drop the link just in case anybody wants to join me, because first I'm going to do a quick recap of episode 15. So I'm going to do a quick recap of 15, and then we're going to run into 16. If anybody wants to join me for 16, feel free to hit the link. But I'm going to do the recap of 15 by myself, and we can always discuss it later. But just for, so that this review don't be super long, I'm just going to recap it myself. So, season 4 of Ruthless, episode 15, again, was Do or Die. Now, where it started off was Daikon. Remember, he got notified by the sheriff, the crazy Sheriff Pope, that the FBI knew that the Hyatts will be driving up in a stolen Rolls Royce, and they were going to be waiting for him. So therefore, they switched it up on the sheriff. They switched it up on the FBI agents, and Desiree and what I can't remember that other guy's name. Desiree and Kyle. Yeah, Desiree and Kyle. But when it comes to the Rolls Royce, I was like, they have so much money slipping through their hands. I don't understand why he didn't have his own vehicle. And it was kind of weird, because I'm like, I don't know what all this dude be on, but he was like, when he found out they was after him because of the stolen car, he was like, but it's my car. The Raku gave it to him, this imaginary god that they serving or whatever. Like the Raku gave it to him. So the Raku gave you a stolen car that he know, or I don't know if it's a she or a he or a them or a they. But anyway, the Raku gave you a stolen car and couldn't make sure you had a legit car. Yo, whoever this is that you worship, I was like, okay, anywho. He couldn't buy a legit car. But so not to get caught up, the highest, Joan, Daikon, they hopped onto some four-wheelers, heading to their van, to hit up the bank for the $3 million. While one of the younger guys was cruising in the Rolls Royce, which was a smart thing. Because that boy, he looked really young, right? He looked really young, maybe like 14 or 15. So maybe if he did get arrested or pulled over, driving that stolen vehicle, he might possibly get just a slap on the wrist, for the stolen car, have he had been arrested. But even still, that Desiree, she has a hard on for the highest. The Desiree, the agent, she put a tracker underneath the car so she can keep track of the highest, even though she didn't know they were switching cars. She wants the highest so badly, y'all, that she can taste it. And from the looks of it, when she saw how young that boy was, it just made her even more determined, because by now, you see, the FBI knows about the highest pimping out the kids. But y'all, when the highest found out that the car was stolen, I was just still gagging. I was still gagging. I was just like, what the hell? What kind of God you serve? My God wouldn't send me no stolen car. My God would make sure I got legit papers, tags, license, all that kind of stuff. But anywhere, I swear sometimes he acts as if he is on the spectrum. I don't know. Y'all tell me what y'all think about that. But the one who really needed some assurance this episode was Ruth. We saw her getting really emotional at the thought of the highest not returning to the camp. She really thought that he might not come back, and actually caused harm to not only her daughter, but to the other children as well. And let's not forget that Tally's child is still missing as well. Now, River, he did do a good job putting Ruth at ease, but of course, he is always needing a favor for her. I'm like, God dang, you can't do shit by yourself. This time, he needs her to handle his lover, Peter. Now, I don't know if Peter will snitch. I don't know, because he seems really dedicated, really loyal to the highest, to the Raku. So I don't know if he'll snitch or not. But at the fate that Peter could be possibly snitching because of him losing track of Aaron, he might be willing to do, anything to protect himself. Fuck River. He was like, fuck River. But River suggested that Ruth sneak some cyanide into Peter's food. So this is what he wants Ruth to do. To bring some food to Peter in the punishment trailer and put some cyanide in his food. But that won't be possible. Why? Because Mother done stashed it away and locked it out somewhere else. Because remember, Tally had found it a long time ago, like seasons ago. Tally had ran across that, and she thought she had got rid of it and put something else in it, but she didn't. So Mother had stashed it away from everybody else. And Zane basically reiterated what Ruth said. There's no way we could get to the cyanide because we don't know where it is. Mother done stashed it away, and they don't know what container it is. But anyway, before storming off, upset because she feels like him, Ruth, and Joan are planning to escape without her, Zane was pissed off. Like, they've been totally keeping her in the dark. But wouldn't you? Like, doesn't it look like she's all into the Raku? Like, she's doing everything for Mother to believe that she is really, really loyal to the Raku now. And Mother is actually believing it. So why wouldn't Peter and them, or why wouldn't Ruth and them all believe it as well? But back to Peter. We did learn some history about the highest and Daikon, from the exchange between him and Malcolm in the punishment trailer. The highest, aka Tyrone, we already knew his name was Tyrone. So the highest, aka Tyrone, he was in prison, as we also already knew, where he met Elder Mother, and that's where he met Daikon. But now we also know what exactly he was in prison for, which was robberies and child endangerment. Not only robberies and child endangerment. His crazy ass, among other crimes, he done robbed and murdered 4 old folks who was running a place for troubled youth. And not only did he kill the old folks after he robbed them, he also killed all the children that was inside of the facility. So for that, this is just my belief, my opinion. So for that, maybe the highest did deserve being repeatedly R'd, the R word, the SA. Maybe he deserved having that repeatedly done to him while he was in prison. But then again, that probably backfired, and maybe that's why he's doing the same thing to people in the compound, in the camp, including younger people, boys, that is. But at least under Daikon, when he was in prison, he was protected. And I think that they probably was lovers in there too. I know Daikon protected him. And that usually comes with a cost, right? When you're in prison and you get in, played around with, made somebody's boy toy, then somebody might offer you some assistance, some protection. But that usually comes with the price of you are now their girlfriend, now their boy toy. So I think that might have been what happened, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure because the way he treats Daikon now, like he is like something on the bottom of his shoe. I don't know if the highest made him his girlfriend or vice versa. If Daikon made him his girlfriend or the highest made, I don't know. Let me know what y'all think about that. Now, the FBI agents, Desiree and Kyle, they have found out through their investigation, and we got a lot of new stuff that episode, but they have found out through their investigation that the highest has hit 7 banks in total as far as North Carolina. So they drove as far out as North Carolina, and they were supposed to withdraw about $3 million. That's about how much money they had in the bank. On top of, remember all the money he had under his mattress? He got like $700,000 under his mattress. Now, they're also aware that Lilo, who was the parole officer for the highest, was under investigation by the ATF for working with kids from the Mercado family. So that means that the cult was not only laundering money, but also skimming money as well from the cartel. So again, the FBI, they've been doing their homework. They didn't even found out, this was very important, y'all. They didn't even found out that Joan, who was a former CPA, we know that she was good in accounting and had done that in the past, but she, who was a former CPA, has put $1 million in her own account. Keep that in mind, because the highest amount was going to the banks to get $3 million, right? And they found out that Joan had put $1 million in her own account. And it's a bluegill account with only 2 board members on it. Now, y'all remember when Laura first came along and her man, her husband, Aaron. And when they got to the compound, her excuse for meeting the highest and joining the compound was because she figured, or she felt like, from watching the different videos that the highest and them would put out, that she felt like he, some way, through the Raku, could help her carry a child, could help her get pregnant, because she has been losing kid after kid and unable to get pregnant by her husband, Aaron. So that's why, just in case y'all forgot, that's why she came to the compound in the first place. And Aaron just wasn't really with it when they first got there. And obviously he still ain't, right? Because he's on the run. But they found out that Laura actually worked with her as well, worked with Joan at the same accounting firm. And earlier before, when she first got there, I said, I wonder if this lady, because we knew right away that Joan had knew her. When she saw her coming up to the gate, she was like, what are you doing here? And it was so fake. Like, what are you doing here? And I was saying at that time, do you think that she's there to help Joan steal that money? Since they knew each other, right? Wasn't that like a coincidence? Because none of them, besides the ones who was in prison together, Daikon, the highest, elder mother, none of them knew each other outside of prison. That is, of course, except for Tally and, but Tally and Ruth. But other than that, nobody else really knew each other. So I thought that was kind of weird. But y'all need to tell me what y'all thoughts are now that the feds also learned that Laura worked at the same accounting firm as Joan, and her name is the other name on the bluegill account. So Desiree plans on making a call to Aaron's father because the first time a call was made to the father, Aaron, he was forced to make that call by the Raku, by Daikon and them. Playing it all, oh, we're safe, oh, we're having fun up here, oh, it's just wonderful, the Raku, everybody, cool, it's just great. You know, even though they was being held hostage, basically, and his wife was drugged up every day from dusk till dawn. But, you know, he played it off with his parents. Now Desiree's like, we need to call that father again because something is up. And I think she has a feeling that Aaron is in on it too, but I don't think so. I don't think Aaron is in on it because remember when they first got there, he did not want to be there. He did not want to go. And he was looking around, and when he was hearing the rumors of different things going on, he's like, I don't know, baby. I think we need to get the hell up out of Dodge, you know, before we get in too deep. But she refused. She was like, you can go. I stay here. You can go back home. I don't give a damn. I'm staying here. So I don't think he really had any part of that. But anyway, Lacey and Laura are really playing their parts, aren't they? You know, and giving Elle the mother the impression that they are being submissive to her and the Raku. Lacey, knowing how worried Laura has been about her husband's safety, was reassuring her that she doesn't need to worry so much. And for now, he is safe because he escaped. He managed to escape. He managed to kick out the backseat of that car, free himself, you know, from the handcuffs with the help of the two hunters who I thought were about to hunt him. Like, what did y'all think when y'all saw those hunters run across Aaron or him run across them? He's in handcuffs behind his back and he's screaming for help, and they got these big old shotguns and they just look like some hillbillies up in the Alps or somewhere. I mean, in the Himalayas or what do you call them? Damn, what do you call them? Damn. Oh my God. But I was like, oh my God, Aaron is about to get fucked. But surprisingly, they helped him. They helped him get free from the handcuffs. They had him hold he already had his arms behind his back, but they told him, you know, watch out, spread your hands apart. And they shot right through his hands and shot the handcuff loose. So they helped him get escaped. Where he at now, I don't know. Where he's heading now, I don't know. And that leads us into episode 16 to start off. So now on episode 16, that one was called Plan and Action. And Laura, she went looking for her husband. And Lacey was not going to be the one to stop her because that's not the least of her concerns, okay? Now that Zane has made her aware of River's plan to leave with Ruth and Joan, they were like, what? Hell no, man. Forget everybody else. We got to look out for ourselves. It's up to us to find a way out of here. And what does that start with? Zane cozying up to Manny, the very man who she's afraid of from when he was once R-ing her. He was doing the R word to her. But Manny was looking at her like, bitch, are you crazy? Are you? Come on now. What? You don't like me. You hate me. You injured me. You sliced my penis. Like, he's like, first of all, bitch, you hate me. Second of all, even if I wanted to be with you, now that you are willing, my penis is still cut. My penis is still sliced. And he still has no idea how it happened. He still has no idea that River was the one who gave her that little device, that little whatever. That, I don't know. I don't even know what it was. I just know it was something like a pencil sharpener or some type of contraption that when he stuck himself into her and tried to do the R word to her again, that shit sliced and diced his shit, right? So he's still in pain for that. He's healing, but he's still in pain. And he said, even if I wanted to be with you, even if you were willing, I still can't because it still hurts. When does it hurt? When he gets hard. So if his mind just dwells on something too long that makes his penis get hard, that shit hurts. So there's no way that he could do it with her. So I don't know what the next plan is going to be, but that plan failed. I don't even know why. I don't even know why Lacey figured that child, I don't know why she came up with that plan. But anyway, Laura, she's still searching for her husband, Aaron. She ran across Malcolm and Peter locked up in the punishment trailer. And her ass hurried up and ran the hell up out of there because Peter threatened to tell the highest. Peter's like, help. No, you're gonna get caught, and I'm gonna tell the highest if you don't get out of here. Malcolm was like, help. Malcolm been there how long? He just looked bad. Malcolm looked bad. He got dark circles under his eyes, like he's either dehydrated, malnourished. I don't know if they feeding the man. I know they be bathing him because when somebody came up in there that one time, he was like, "Are you here to bathe me?" They was like, no. But yeah, Peter threatened to tell the highest, and while running from the trailer, she ran right into Ruth. Who could tell that Laura was no longer high from the drugs? Ruth tells her, keep playing it off. Keep playing along as if your mind is still foggy from the drugs. And don't, please, for the love of God, don't eat any more food from Elder Mother. Ruth also convinces her that her husband has probably already sought out help from the sheriff's station. But what do you think of the interaction between Daikon and Joan? Please let me know how y'all feel about their interaction. Because after they managed to get, now keep in mind, what did I say earlier? The highest went to 7 banks to get $3 million. The feds found out that Joan and her homegirl, Laura, used to work at the same accounting firm, and both of their names are on this account, and they are the only 2 names on this account. And they found out that Joan had took $1 million and put it in her account. So the highest, when they left all the banks, they had only $2 million of the $3 million that was supposed to be in the bank. Daikon seemed to be suspicious of Joan's loyalty as their accountant. And is it because he's impressed with her skills? Because for one, she is the only one in charge of the books. And also the only one who is really good with numbers, which is obvious from the $1 million that she already skimmed from the highest, right? The highest in Daikon, they done skimmed money from the cartel, and what was left, Joan took her share. $1 million is her share. But when he shared with her that he noticed another company account, Joan must have lost her shit. Woo. She was up there sweating, shaking, stuttering. She was like, man, I was hollering because Joan, trying to play it off. Oh my gosh, she is crazy. She was really trying to play it all right. Here she goes. Oh, Daikon, I am just so hurt. I am just so hurt. Girl, I was hollering. She was like, oh my gosh. I can't believe that you would even imply such a thing, that I would steal money from the highest. Like, who would do such a thing? I swear to God, that was the best part. Well, I'd probably say the best storylines of hers, okay? But anyway, now remember the last episode when Ruth was searching for some keys on the school bus, right? Lewis, he snuck up on her. He snuck behind her. But while they were on the bus discussing their plans of escape, Lewis's girl Bridget was lurking outside the bus, assuming that he was in there cheating on her. And as she should, because he ain't nothing but a male whore, right? So now they have another darn problem, which Ruth is going to have to fix. Because even though they weren't sleeping around, Lewis did get caught up in the outhouse later, actually having sex with another lady. He's a whore. He's a man whore, okay? Ain't that some shit? Okay, now, Ruth, she's always playing PR. If it ain't for him, if it ain't for Zane, if it ain't for Tally, if it ain't for Andrew, if it ain't for River, she's always playing PR with them niggas. And now she got to find a way to keep Bridget quiet. So she got to find a way to keep Bridget quiet. She got to find a way to keep River's man, Peter, quiet. And they got to keep them in line for what they are planning. So finally, River He was planning on leaving Lacey and Zane behind all along. And while he, Ruth, and Joan escaped with around $400K because she was going to give $300,000. See, we was trying to figure out where this $300,000 was going to, where that was coming from for the old boy, British dude Lewis. We was trying to figure out where the 400 was coming from, where the 300 was coming from. But we put it all together when River found a $700K under the highest mattress. So that's where those two numbers come from. So Ruth and Joan and River, they're planning, to leave with the $400K. At least that's what he's telling Ruth. But why do I have a feeling that if his lover, Peter, had messed up, the two of them will have bounced on out of there with all $700,000 on their own. But River wasn't ready to go because his dude, he was like, let's get out of here. I got a car. We can escape. River's like, I ain't going nowhere, broke nigga. And you a broke nigga, and I'm a broke nigga. I ain't going nowhere, broke nigga. I'm going to get my money. So he stayed. And Peter, as we saw, got caught up, lost track to Aaron, and got locked up and put in the punishment trailer. But had he not been caught, I think that them two, Peter and River, would have left with all that money. That's if he could have, of course, convinced them. But I don't know. Now, this is exactly what Ruth also believes. Ruth was like, why would you leave the others and take me? Like, what's so special about me? And he says that he and Ruth are just alike, and they can run some shit in the streets. Now, they ain't nothing alike. They ain't nothing alike. River, he was getting ran through in the streets. Ruth was running through niggas in the street. Okay, she was slanging, banging, and dropping it like it's hot on anybody she could for some coins. Okay, River and Ruth is nothing alike. But I hope y'all don't think that Ruth was falling for that beach bullshit. Of course she wasn't. She was like, first of all, I'm not leaving. My daughter's still not here. And since I can't trust any of y'all motherfuckers, then fuck it. Let's all die here. River's like, hell no, bitch. No, please, no, we don't want to die here. Come on, please, can we still stick with the plan? But River is making it really hard for people to trust him because, again, he did not tell Zane of his plans. Zane had no idea. And remember, a couple of seasons back, Zane, she was one of the main ones who really, really, really wanted to leave. She was so sad and depressed and stressed, and she really wanted to leave. And then remember, Manny was doing that stuff to her. He was doing the R word. He was doing the SA word to her any chance he got. So she was really ready to get out of there. Now she find out that Joan, Ruth, and River is planning to escape and they didn't tell her. So anyway, River, still desperate for a way to silence Peter, has snuck into the kitchen trailer looking for the cyanide. Why he do that? When in walks Elder Mother. Now, Elder Mother, this is the funny part. Elder Mother, she comes in pissed off because Ruth has been put up on a pedestal by the highest. She can't talk to Ruth like she wants to anymore. She can't treat Ruth. She can't make demands for Ruth anymore. Ruth back in the day used to be, okay, Elder Mother. Yes, Elder Mother. Whatever you say, Elder Mother. Now it's like, bitch, you ain't got to tell me shit. I'm carrying the highest baby. His original baby, his one and only baby, because all the other kids there, they say are the highest baby. They're really not his baby, okay? He seeds the men, and y'all know how he does that. All the men, when it gets to a certain time period after they've been there, and when he thinks that it's time for them to be, and I'm saying in quotes, enlightened, he does what he does to the men. Okay, y'all know what I'm saying. For those who might never watch the show, who might come across this, he does what he does to the men. And then when he arranges the marriages or relationships and puts couples together, when they have sex, he still claims those kids as his own. And he don't let them have no parts to their children that they done gave birth to. They are his children, and he keeps them tucked away somewhere with all the rest of the children, away from their real parents. Right. But when Mother came up in the kitchen, you heard her say, I'm going to make sure she don't have no children. I'm going to make sure there's no baby going to be born. I'm going to make sure. And we already knew what that meant. She was headed for the cyanide as well. Her and River both up in there going for the cyanide. She was so upset that Ruth has been put on this pedestal now that she is allegedly pregnant by the highest baby. So she was like, I'm gonna put a stop to that. But then she saw River and she was like, what is you doing in my kitchen? Man. So it sounds like River ain't the only one who is trying to silence somebody, and possibly for good, y'all. Yes. And that is the end of episode 16. Episode 17 comes on tomorrow. And y'all know how I do. Always give y'all some days to get caught up. Watch the episode before I just jump out there and give a review. Because I hate when I run across somebody who gives a review darn near right after the show goes off. And I'm like, damn, I didn't even watch it yet. All these reviews popping up on the screen. I'm like, I don't want to hear y'all. I want to see y'all. I just, So anyway, please, y'all, leave me a comment in the comment section of what y'all thought about episodes 15 and 16, your thoughts on the different characters, especially the mother, with her thinking about or allegedly considering to silence Ruth with some cyanide and get rid of that baby. Because the thing about it is, if she does get rid of the baby, she could possibly get rid of Ruth too, right? And then River trying to get Ruth rid of his man. Right. And then what do y'all think is going to become of Aaron? Because Aaron is still out there. Those two hunters who look like they come from the Appalachian Mountains, they didn't let him free. He's free now from the handcuffs. So he's out there running around somewhere. Y'all let me know about that. And also Andrew. Let me know how y'all think that part is going to play out with him. Because right now, he's really not trying to work along with the feds. They don't believe that he is still with them. And they think he has been completely turned by the Raku, by the cult. So let me know how y'all feel about Andrew. Do y'all think he is still with the FBI, like still willing to help get the kids out of there and all that? Or do you think he has been completely turned? Let me know. Make sure you like and share this video. Subscribe to the Hood Table if you're not already subscribed. And again, I do have a Facebook group, a Tyler Perry Ruthless BET Facebook group. Matter of fact, let me go to it right now. For the people who might be interested in joining that group, I try to make sure that I check each person's profile and stuff, make sure I'm not allowing no trolls in. And if ever I get somebody in here and it looks like they are trolling, I do get rid of them quick, fast, in a hurry. But for anybody who is interested in joining that Facebook group, I'm putting a link in the chat right now. So just click on that link and ask to join. And yeah, I'll check out your profile. But I know some of y'all over here don't really want to do that because y'all be like, I don't want nobody to know my name. I want to make a fake profile on Facebook. I don't know. But you ain't got to join. It's mainly a lot of people already on Facebook who probably ain't got shit to do with the B sector who's in there. But it is like almost 500 people in there. And I don't think none of them I've seen on YouTube, really. But I don't know. I don't be watching like that. But anyway, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And if you want to, please feel free to send a love offering for the commentary, for the review to the Hood Table 402. That is Cash App $ the Hood Table 402. And on that note, stay safe, be blessed, remain vigilant at all times, and always remember to keep it hood. I'm out.